Oh yeah, we are calm. We're having that calmness day. Not really, because it's that Friday feeling. That Friday feeling, you've got to be mad, you've got to be crazy, you've got to be ready for the weekend. You just got to be that Friday feeling. That Friday feeling starts right here at Dad's RC Hangar. Oh yes. What we're going to do today, we are continue building of the Corsair. The wing is so big. And you're back. Now, I hope between that little intermission you want to grab yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, or whatever your delight is. But whatever your delight is always clean your glasses before you do a video, because otherwise you just can't see anything. But anyway, relax, sit down, chill out. Come on, forget the world, forget all its troubles, forget your troubles, if you've got any troubles. Everyone's got something. My trouble was the Corsair, putting all the push rods. Yes, I've done the push rods. You say, Chris, yeah, you didn't show us. If I'd have done a video for all these push rods, I mean, there's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 or so. Some of them were a right pickle, but that would have been about 3 videos and you'd have gone bored and you'd have unsubscribed and I'd have been left quite sad, really. Anyway, so what we're going to do. So I have put them on. We'll talk about the push rods in a little while. But basically, everyone's put a push rod in. If you've never put a push rod on, have a look at one of my videos, and then we'll go into a bit of detail. Or just leave me a message on description, or say drop me an email. Go to our forum, go to wherever. Just you'll get hold of me. Instagram, everywhere, and I'll just tell you what in a bit more detail. But it's the same as everything, Sort of the hole. Some of the holes didn't line up properly on the flaps. Be careful if you've got this plane. Because get this plane. Come on, the flaps. I don't know if it's the moulding, but the bottom and top just don't meet up. They've got on an angle, and it is a pig to try and screw it in. So the best tip that I can offer: get the plates. So you've got the horn and the plate. Screw into the plate first of all before you put it on there, because it makes its own thread. It's really, when it's on the side, it's really hard. But if you've made a thread and then put it on, when you put it at an angle, it grips it and bang. Some have come through, some have not. Have a look at this picture. There you go. That's what you get. Now in the Bible, back on me. In the Bible, it doesn't really show you the sizes. In some of the Bibles you get, it says like this is 50 mil or 2 inches or whatever. This doesn't really, so it's kind of guesstimating. So it's nice in a way. I'm sure everyone would enjoy it, but me, where I had to do this today and the time is ticking on already, and I want to get a video out today, it's like, oh come on, I need to get this done. So it's a bit more intense. Anyway, enough of that chat. So we have got to get our landing gear out the back. Yes. So if I just stick this over here now, we'll go to a zoom out shot in a minute. I'm just going to put that on there so you can see it. I presume you can see it because the camera's quite far away, because the wing is huge. Anyway, right, so what we got here, that's the rudder. We don't want the rudder. Landing gear. Now, if I just put this in, and it should be powered, which way would it come down? No, it's just, there we go. Look at that. Not only does it come with sexy retracts that looks like something off, like it belongs to a table, if you can see there, or a chair. I might cut some holes in there to make it look a bit sexy, or look at some pictures of the real one anyway. But you get a fishing hook, so you can go fishing with your plane. So if you're going along the water, you put a bit of bait on there, come on, you grab a fish for lunch. Have a bit of flying, you got some lunch. Of course not. I'm being stupid as usual. Me stupid, come on. Obviously that's a landing hook for if when you land on the aircraft carriers, the little wire. So if you're coming in a bit too hot, that catches you, and then you end up in a net or something. I'm not sure what that's going to do landing on a grass. No, my luck, that will that will. I mean, we've got a lovely field that I go to mainly, and hasn't got any hasn't got any potholes, I don't think. Anyway, we've got some great guys that keep it tip top. They go around with little small scissors and everything. You think I'm kidding? Well, I am, but yeah, anyway, they mow it properly. So if that hit a pothole or something, can you imagine it? Suddenly the whole thing will yank. So I don't know if what I might do is just put something in between that, just in case, you know, just something blocked in there, in the end there. If you can see it in there, hopefully it's in shot because I can't see for whatever. My eyes are getting worse. I think I'm going to have to get a monitor here somewhere so that I can see what you're seeing, because man, at times I say, oh, is that in focus, and it's not. So there you go. So that's that. Now here's a steering mechanism that goes with the rudder, which is kind of cool. So you've got a connection. Oh, hello. What was that? Oh, right. Okay, sorry. So there's your rudder. Obviously it flicks that about. La 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 la. It's a can-can. La da 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 da. I'm going to break it in a minute. So yeah, I think that's definitely a stick up. It's a stick up. So there you go. I've broke it now, haven't I? I broke the servo. Have I broke the servo? Have I really broke it? No, I haven't. There you go. So there's your wheel. As I say, to me it reminds me of a table wheel. You know, something you put on your bit of like a seat. You know, when it rolls about. Now, have a look at this. This is a very quick video. Look at this video. This is how inside it turns the wheels. Really, really cool. Now, what I've got to be careful is that power cable you see there, the red and black one, that it's stuck. So, as I said, it's a very quick one, so it's stuck up here. The reason for that is just in case that gets entangled, because believe it or not, it was entangled when I brought it through. So, I reckon it's a bit of blendum, or I don't know if I can get some hot glue in there. I don't know. It depends what we can get done today. If I stop waffling on, we'll be okay. So, the wing is down here. You can't really see it. We're going to try and put this wings on, I think, maybe today. But look, you know, I had to. It's just huge. This is the biggest plane. Second biggest plane in the hangar. That's not been built. That's not been built at all. I put the engines on it, but it's not this baby here. But it's not been built. The tight kit. So what we want to do today, right? So I have got the rudder and the up and ready, and obviously the control horns in place, and that should be roughly center. So tip is that always keep power to your servo when it's center, mainly because I've done it today as well. So I'm thinking, oh, it's lovely and straight, and then you plug the servo back in and it goes, it's like, alrighty then. So, and then we've got in here, we have got, which is about the size of one of my wings on my normal planes, which is the horizontal, and I put those in as well. Now the push rods do come in 3 sizes. You have to have a look quite closely. So I might have to change them about a bit. So unfortunately, I'd love to say to you, those ones go there, those ones go there, those ones go there. I do know the smallest ones, 2 of them anyway, go on the flaps. But you know, you just have to have a look, have a measure. It takes time, because I don't even know if I've got them right. So, but you know, I've got in for the second hole down on most of the control horns, except for, I believe, the flaps. The flaps are a bit different. I think if I get them out, the flaps are on the top hole. But everything else I've gone for the secondary hole, until we go and fly this baby, which this year I don't know. I really don't know. It depends how we do in the summer. Yeah, when we do fly, then obviously we can go through it in a bit more detail with the throws, as I intend to do with every other plane. How is everyone, by the way? I hope you're all, you know, great, and you're getting your jabs, and if you're in England, then you're enjoying the freedom that we're slowly getting. Yes, I am at the field tomorrow. I think today, what is the date today? The date today is the 2nd of April 2021, and I'm at the field tomorrow, the 3rd of April. Oh yes. Am I going to be doing planes? It depends who's up there, because obviously I still need people. Now what I will be doing is a video for next week. Yes, this is how it's going to be running now. As I said to you before, is that obviously I'll still say hello and everything that week, but tomorrow is when I'll be making the video that we're going to be doing for the following. If I'm flying, that is. If I'm flying. Because obviously it just makes sense, doesn't it, really? Trust me, it does make sense. So tomorrow we are actually quadding. I'm flying a quad tomorrow because David, as you can see on my left hand side, my Bumblebee, I call it my Bumblebee. Why, I don't know, but it's my City Whoop. My City Whoop had a small problem, and it's all Mamba's fault, because to get the USB in, it knackered the USB, and there was something else going on wrong with it. So David's giving it a soup up for me. That's, yeah, City Whoop. Right, so anyway, that brings that out there, and then that will go in the hole that I just showed you, just there. Now I've got not the slimmest of arms. This just goes to show you how much space there is, how big she is. That you can just get your arm in there. Whether I can grab the whether I can grab this or not is another thing, which I can. There you go. Boom, booyaka. So what I could do, just get a bit of sandpaper and just rub very gently just inside that green line, because what I'm basically doing is scoring the paint up, because we don't want it to fly off. And if you glue paint to paint, then it's, you know, you can pull it apart, prise it apart. But if you've got if you're making indents and scratches, then the glue gets inside those and gets it all together. So it's going to be a funny old video today. It's not going to be well, I don't know about a long one because I'm always chatting, but I'm trying to keep an eye on the time so I don't waste lots of video with me chatting. So once I've scored that, I'm just going to get a little knife, just make sure it's only sticking out a little bit, and hopefully you can see. All I'm going to do is just score it just lightly, and that's, so then I've got my scratches across the edge, and I've got my score marks, and that should all be, and I'll put some small score marks here, that should all be lovely little grooves for the foam tack or whatever it is, the glue that they're giving me, which I'm going to use. Right, so I'm just going to put a bit of glue on here, not it is foam tack, so just enough. I don't want to put so it's all coming out the sides, even though I think it probably might just do that. Try not to get it on the cable, which I'm probably going to. So all along there, just dabbing it because there's a lot of glue in here. Okay, and we will push this down, get it all in, and then what you're going to do, you're going to just bring it up, just so it forms them little strings. You'll see it when you glue it. You stick it down, and then you bring it up, and you probably wait about a minute, I would say. So let's look at that. 51. This is 251. So 1451 in the UK at the moment. Is now 1452. We'll give it a few more seconds. That paint actually does stink, but it's all good. I'm hoping, you know, because once this is done, it's done. So yes, blue at the top, white at the bottom. Hey, that'll be fine. So we can stick that down. You can feel it as well when you stick it back down again. It's a bit more, I don't know what the word is, a bit more sticky. That's a technical word, but it's a bit more less resistant. The resistiveness is less, maybe. It's not slippery, it's more grabby. That do. So then you'll know that it's going right, and then that needs to stick down. I was really kind of surprised that it didn't have a screw, but hey ho. It says channel 4 direction, channel 4 direction. So they give you a cable in the box, which is fine, as long as I've got my blend them about, which is there. So we blend them because obviously, not obviously, but what we want to do is connect up our rudder, and because it's not going to be seen ever again, unless the unfortunate happens. It could come apart, so the best thing that I like to do is use blend them. You know, it's basically the same stuff as they use in hospitals to stick your plasters or whatever it is, you know, your little bandages. Brilliant stuff, easy to get hold of. 3M, I think it is. I get mine from that famous place that everyone gets stuff from, beginning with A. Hey, come on, sponsor a movie. There you go. So first of all I want to check that it all fits in, and I need to push this cable along. But for now, just for now, I'm just going to push that down. This is why I got the tail wheel, the tail retracts down, so I've just poked things through. That's poking. Let's just get in no space in this Hangar. V2 has got a few more weeks before that comes. V2 is not here. Right, so I want to make sure that that fits nicely. And it's also good to push it in anyway when you've glued that other end in. And that really does, okay. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's not bad. So once again, it's a bit, I noticed that it's kind of like a bit pinched, but yeah, come on. Right, so what I want to do then is, I've just still got a bit sticky on there, but I'll let it dry and get sticky. It gives me a thing to know. So give me a second, and we'll stop there for a second, and I'm going to just score this, because you've seen me score once. We're going to once again get our glue. Now, I'm going to just, not going to so much dollop in there. Let's put a little dollop in there. Let's pull this back out. But I want to cake this, literally cake it, because you're not going to see it. It's not going to be seen on the sides, but we want this as solid as possible, because this is basically holding down the horizontal. Yeah. So the more glue, the better. But obviously, you've got to make sure that you can stick back in again. What you have got to be careful is you don't wait. I tend to wait about 50 seconds. Let's get technical on this. Why do I only wait 50 seconds? Because I feel that if some glues, some foam tacks, if you wait any longer, they get really stiff. And if you've got a really tight fit, sounds so wrong. If you've got a really tight fit, you need the lube. So you need the glue. You need the glue to be a bit more viscous. Is the word? Let's get viscous. You need it to slip in rather than be really juddery trying to get in, and then you just won't get it in, and you'll be in a world of trouble. Let's move along, shall we? Right, so that is really stinky glue. Please do gluing in a ventilated area. Right, there you go. So my top tip of the day. Right, so we'll push that down there. Now, if I just push that there, keep an eye on where the cable's going. Now, I did lie actually. Just be careful of that front edge that scoops up. Let me just stick this in. Now, already I can feel that it wants to be sticky. It's quite quick. So then I'm going to push that back up, and we're going to leave it. What's the time? Okay, we're going to leave it at 50 seconds. It's just to get that string up, just to get that aeration. There is a word. There's plenty of channels that really go in depth with glues that are a lot more technical than I am, than aeration and stickiness and slippiness. But you get the idea. If I leave it too long, the glue's going to be really gloopy. It's almost like turning hard, or it doesn't really go hard. The good thing about foam tack is it's stretchy, so it moves, but it's still bonded. Really great stuff, brilliant stuff. So with the elevator just pushed to the side, I'm going to then push it back in again. Now already I can feel that solidness. It's glooped. Up close and personal. Yes, he's back personal again. Now I've had to fold the wings. They are down there because they fold up, and yeah, they're nice and small again, because I think it'd be really wrong of me to put the wings on at the moment until I've done all the electronics and everything, because the wings are just literally 4 bolts and that's all it is. So what I thought I'd do is I'll put the motor on. I mean, that is 5 kg I think of torque. What do they say in the booklet? Is 5 kg of tensile force. Oh yeah, that's a lot of force, I guess. Now there's a little like kind of Z there, and an X there, and a Y there, and an S there. I thought that may mean something, because the hole distance from the top there is longer than it is there, so it has to go some way. But it doesn't say in the book. Now, if you actually try and look in the book, you see a little Y, but the Y is on its side. which means then this would be that side. It doesn't really say in the book. So all you need to do is, there's 4 screw holes at the back here. Look at them lovely windings. Let's have a close look at the windings. Oh yeah, you know it's going to go some. You've got 4 screw holes there, so you line them up and from this angle you screw the motor in, and then we glue this into here. So let's get this screwed on, and if by magic it's done. Now basically when you do this, make sure that you put blue thread lock. There you go, if I can get that in shot. There you go. So blue thread lock, because you don't want this coming loose. It's just 4 screws inside there. You probably can't see them because of the strap. If I can show you somehow. Anyway, there's 4 screws there. Now my dilemma, I was going to stick this in. This gets stuck into this hole. So basically it fits in nice and snug up to about there, I'm led to believe. So it goes really front heavy there, so that's really not helping me, is it? So that gets stuck in there. Now the problem I've got is, if I show you around here now, I'm really hoping this is all in shot and everything else, because this is quite important and I need to do some research. The gap, there's a gap there, there's a littler gap there, there's even a littler gap there, and the gap there is the same as this side. So you would think that the tallest gap would be the top. Okay, take note of these, the strap position, and these where they're joined them together, that's what I meant to say. Now, probably going to blind you here. Is that correct? Now, if you look at the page here, if you can see this in shot, that's when it gets glued in, and there's a little bit more of a gap at the top there than there's everywhere else. So that says it's the top to me. Now, if you look at this part, so this is the part that I'm confused about, okay? If I can get it in shot, hopefully it is. Right, on this page we're looking at here, okay? So you see the oval, and then you see the tabs. That's what I was on about, the tabs that get glued in. So that's the tab, so you know that's the vertical tab, okay? Horizontal sticks onto it. So look at the size of that, and then the tab finishes, you've got that bit of space, and then the oval. Now, if I look here, you've got the oval, but there's no tab. The tab is this side, and it would go across there. But now the Velcro is that way around and not that way around, which when the plane is in there, and it shows you on here, the Velcro is that way around, and the gap is high at the top. So could it be that they put the front plate on incorrect, but that the gap is meant to, the highest gap, which is here, is meant to be at the top like in the picture, but the square block was turned too much? Does that make sense? It needs to be turned that way to the tabs. So I've got to make sure on this, because it's going to make a lot of difference where this positioned is. You know, I'm going to put the cowl on and everything, because I don't want to suddenly glue this in place where you think about it, you've got, what's that, nearly 2 inches, whatever that is in millimeters. What's that, 2 inches in millimeters, about 50 mil, is it? 50 mil, 2 inches, something like that. You got like 100, I don't know, it's, yeah, I don't know where my ruler is, but anyway, it's, you know, it's going up to there. So you are not going to get that out once that is stuck in. No way, Jose. And it's glued in. So this has all been glued together, and it's been screwed. It's got like a, inside it's got some extra timber to keep it sturdy. So this is put a halt to the build, unfortunately. I didn't want to put the wings on because it could become too cumbersome, and we're not ready for the electronics yet. I just wanted to put this on, get the cowling on, get all the peripherals on, and get it ready, because this is quite an extensive bit, because you've got to put some hot glue for some plastic inserts and for the bottom as well, which obviously holds the cowl, and we need to get the ESC on here. Yeah, damn. Okay, that's a bit of a disappointing end to the Friday feeling. you know, I'm not disappointed because it is that Friday. So don't be disappointed. Be happy. Be happy. Be happy. I like a challenge. Everyone likes a challenge. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in this hobby. So, but I do want to get this correct. You know, I believe that it's just they've built the wood wrong. And the trouble is, would it have an effect on the Velcro holding the battery? Because I think that's where the battery sits in as well. It's very nose heavy, so it must balance up somehow. But for looking at that picture, I believe that the highest gap is at the top. What I need to do, if that's the case, because then I've kind of lost my markings. There is no markings on the wood to say this is where it goes up to, and it doesn't say in the Bible if it goes to the back of the polystyrene. So what I'm going to have to do is trial and error today. I mean, I've run out of time today because I've done all the linkages this morning during the day, and there was a lot of them and they did take time. So I haven't got the time to test it all, put the cowling on where it's going to go, test fit it that this is further enough, because basically, you know, it needs to be a certain way, a distance, you know, so it picks, you know, the propeller is in the proper place for the cowling. And obviously this must, I mean, the weight of it is pretty hefty, so it's going to affect the centre of gravity for sure. But it's okay, that's a challenge and I will get to it. Whether I can see some other movies, I don't know, we'll have to see. I know from Rich from RC Informer, I believe he did have one of these years ago, when I first started watching his channel. Maybe I can look on there, maybe I can even say hi to Rich and send him a message and say, hey, you know, what did you know, where was this placement, and you know, get that information, because that glue, once that is glued, that is not going anywhere. If you try and pull that out, I think you'll pull the end of the plane out. We don't want to do that anyway. Yeah, so don't forget, tomorrow night, Saturday Night Live, we've got Shadow Hops RC as our special guest, and of course the Quadaholics, David and Deborah, answering all your questions about quads. David has got a new toy that I'm sure he'll show us tomorrow. As I say, I am out the field. I am free. I'm out the field. Unfortunately, I don't know who's down the field. I still have to have someone next to me when I'm flying. I might just stick a plane in the back of the boot. But then again, I've got an unboxing next week, and I will be pre-making that video tomorrow, because obviously I want to test it tomorrow for the video. It's going to be a strange one because I'm used to doing everything on a Friday and then we do other stuff after that. So, but this particular item that I'm not going to go into, if you follow my Instagram, Dad's RC Hangar Instagram, then you will kind of guess what it's going to be. But it's, yeah, and of course David has fixed my quad. I'm spinning around in my chair as you do. He's fixed my quad, which is the Cine Whoop. My Bumblebee. Why I call it a Bumblebee I don't know, but it's my Bumblebee. It doesn't look like a Bumblebee. It's crazy. He's fixed that and he's improved it, and I want to show you what he's put on there and done. He's a fantastic bloke. He really has done a lot for me. He's had a lot of time for me, and would you believe it that you know, the reason I was having so much problem with flying it is my motors were all spinning the same way, I believe. Yeah, BL Heli, I didn't do things properly in that, but that's my journey. So at least I'll be able to show you sort of like the settings that David has done for me. We'll do a video. There's, you know, I might have to do 2 videos. There might be an extra, just because I'd like to follow on from the Cine Whoop. If you know, this year in the summer or whatever, that you want to do a bit of dronage, then at least, you know, I can have that file and I know it's going to work. So if you want to, you get that Cine Whoop and you want that file, I'll just send it to you. Trouble is saying that. Trouble is, I'm lying to you, because the motherboard that was in it has got the worst placement for the USB, and it broke. I know it would. Joshua Bardwell said it was crap. David said it was crap. I was intermittent, and now I believe it's crap. Unfortunately, it's just a silly way of doing it. They give you a kind of a USB kind of adapter to stick in it, but it sticks out the bottom. You don't want it sticking out the bottom. So yeah, a bit of design flaw on there, but it's a lovely quad nevertheless. So yeah, all that tomorrow. So join us for Saturday Night Live. Thanks for all the subscribers. Stick around. It's going to be a lot of fun this year, whether it's Great Maidens or whether it's lots of balsa and foam in bits. Maybe we'll store it all in a bag and give it away. I don't know. Who knows? So sad, isn't it? But fingers crossed that we have some great flights. Whether I get my A cert this year, who knows what the weather holds and what I hold if I'm good enough this year. But as long as I can get people down there to help me fly it, mainly a couple of the guys that are helping me anyway, which would be not David the Quad, but the other David who we went through with the nitro engine, and Keith if he gets time. I mean, he's a very busy man and he flies his real aeroplane everywhere, which is fantastic. So enough of me waffling on. Listen, everyone enjoy their Easter weekend. I did have Easter carrots to stick up everywhere, but I forgot. I just got 2 into the plane. But I'm sure many of you enjoy Easter, which come this Sunday. So enjoy your weekend off if you get it in the rest of the world. In the UK, we have today off and Monday as a kind of bank holiday Easter, which is fantastic, which means it gives me more time to do some more RC. That's if the wife doesn't get me doing stuff around the house. It's my fault I buy too many planes, so you have to adhere to her, you know. Happy wife, happy life. Anyway, keep safe, be safe, have some fun, and thanks for popping by now. See you soon. Ta-ra now. Bye-bye.